Hello and welcome to this edition of Winning on Walmart. This is all around the world, and I'm delighted to be joined by Charles Cottrell, my colleague who heads up Infinity Blue North America and specializes in Walmart globally. Hello, Charles.
Hey, Paul. How are you doing, my friend, in the
Very
UK?
good. Yeah, very rainy UK. Summer's definitely over.
All around the world. You're probably too young to remember this, but that's an old Jerry Garcia and Dave Grisman song, kind of a bluegrass. I like the name.
I like being
Stuff.
told that I might be too young. That sounds
You're,
good.
you're just too young. No, thanks for having me, Paul. I appreciate it.
Cool. Let's get started then. Uh, you've had a remarkable career in the digital commerce space. You've built multiple companies, both big and small, with great success. What do you attribute that to?
Man, um, Paul, I think first and foremost, I didn't build these companies. I've surrounded myself by some really great people, um, smart leaders, and visionaries. And I think, as you know, it takes a diverse expertise of many people that all really have to learn what I call genius or what they do best and usually what they love most. Maybe even more difficult, identify their own shade areas or um, where they may not always excel and hand that off to someone that will not only do it better but do it with more passion. It reminds me of the old Sony commercial back in the '90s, if you remember it. It describes really in great detail a story about the artist and the engineer. They rarely play in the same sandbox together, but when they do, that's when the magic happens. And what we're trying to create is really synergy. Where the whole is greater than the sum of the individual parts. And literally, that's a whole thing. We know one plus one doesn't equal three, right? But we also know that together we're better. And it takes a village to get this done correctly. I've seen some companies flourish by literally just true grit and grind. Um, the beauty of streamlined collaboration, trust and likability, knowledge, um, pure luck, great leadership, and much more. Usually, when I see companies fail, I mostly attribute that to fear and or fear and greed. I think that's the ultimate failure. But where my expertise is really relationship economy and understanding the fundamentals of business management. I consider myself a front stage advisor. I have been for well over 20 years, 25 maybe if I'm dating myself. We call them the street people here in Northwest Arkansas. It's the people that collaborate and listen and learn and share what's going on in our industry. And I because of this, I have the ability to source things with great efficiency and effectiveness. And it's fascinating to me how many solution providers are just throwing around, why they're the best in the world and how they can help everyone with everything and basically presenting a platform of here's what you need to do. And a lot of businesses are doing that before even understanding what the business is trying to accomplish. And again, I believe we need to listen, we need to learn, and we need to share and listen and learn about what matters most to the businesses and understand to the best of our ability what they're trying to accomplish. Ask about their vision, their mission, their goals, objectives, how they feel about the relationship of risk and reward, and the timeline they expect to accomplish this. I think the goal is probably to realize if a working relationship is a good fit or maybe in the best interest of everyone involved instead of just trying to sell your solution or your retailer or whatever you're selling. Find the fit and provide the resources necessary for a business to do the due diligence and realize, if what you're recommending is in their best interest or if it's not. I think of it like an Uber, Paul, right? When you know where they're trying to go and you know where they're at right now, it's really our job to present them that roadmap of how to get from point A to point B, navigating that route and maybe minimizing the extremes, ups and downs of the trip, and navigating all the different obstacles that pop up here and there. And it's constant. At its core, this is probably the realization of a scope of work, right? It's always where you are, where you're going, how do you get there, and always with the vision of continuous improvement.
So, very much picking up sort of division of labour, specialisms, using everybody's skill sets with that. And you said that all in true sort of Charles form there. And we obviously chat a lot internally. And I've heard you say that our industry, digital commerce, it's evolved a lot in the last decade. Massive evolution to a revolution, and it will change everything about the way that we source goods and services, and was sort of part of the way along that. Understandably, COVID and the pandemic has had a lot to do with this, but I know that you believe it's more. Can you help us understand your thinking on where the industry is now and where you think it's going?
The roadmap. You're asking me for the roadmap to get from point A to point B, right?
Yeah.
No, Paul. As you know, you lived it, man. That pandemic was obviously it created it's the industry that we're in of commerce. It created the need for safety, right? But the byproduct of this safety happened to be convenience. And I think after a couple of years, people started realizing how precious time is, you know, that they enjoy cooking and gardening. And hey, man, I like my family. And I don't think that's going anywhere. Historically, retails have controlled the shopping environment, right? Here's what's on the shelves. Here's what we have. This is your choice. And this has changed now where shoppers have choices, right? We're less loyal to certain brands. It's omni, right? Simply defined as the ability to purchase what you want, when you want, how and where you want, and have it delivered how and where you want. And shoppers have taken control of this. Probably more than that, the most difficult thing is expectations, right, Paul? We have to do this with this blazing speed. We have to do it with efficiency and effectiveness at a price that makes sense. And there's absolutely zero margin for error. Streamlined collaboration, proven systems, which I know is your expertise, invaluable ingenuity. I've worked with some of the smartest minds in the business, and it humbles me. Um, Innovation has led us to more than an evolution. And you said it, the retail industry is no longer evolving. It's been a revolution that will never again be the same. Um, I think I mentioned this to you the other day. I read this quote in, I think it was Harvard Business Review, is what it was. But it said something like this, Paul. Business leaders are scrambling, to adjust to a world that very few people even imagined, right? But the myth of a borderless world has come crashing down. It read something of that nature. And that's where we live, work, and play is borderless commerce. And it's not happening in the future, right, Paul? It's happening right now.
Yeah. No, I remember you saying that, and I think that was in the context of we were talking about Walmart International during that conversation, and that's kind of what we're here to chat about. That idea, borderless commerce. So when you started Infinity Blue North America, which is for people listening, it's a sister of the agency that I work for, Infinity Blue Group, which is headquartered in London and has offices around the world. We were sort of heavily focused on, identifying the next marketplace, looking at strategies to maximize ROI, looking at increasing the points of sale virtually, and if there's bricks and mortar that comes on the side of that, great. And that's kind of come, depending on how you define continents, but we're on 4 or 5 continents and working in over 50 marketplaces, end-to-end solutions. Your team is hyper focused on Walmart US and Walmart International. What's changed?
Man, Paul, you've heard me reference the great hockey player Wayne Gretzky.
Yes.
When asked, I think by a reporter, Wayne, why are you the greatest skater in U.S. history? And he simply replied, I don't go where the puck is, I skate to where the puck's going. And that's become our mantra. We work really hard to listen and learn to identify these inefficiencies and growth opportunities for our clients and for our retailers. And we quickly understood that our offering was just too much too soon. It was really difficult to comprehend looking at Poland and Australia and China and Japan and all the rest of them when they're not even getting Walmart right, right? Our our capabilities haven't changed, right? We still offer the whole. I have just chosen for me and my team to really hyper focus on Walmart because this is where our industry environment wants and needs, right? Obviously, more than that, I live in Bentonville, Arkansas, USA, the retail capital of the world. Right, I feel like I need to hold up a sign that says #1 supply chain, like University of Arkansas. But I work here, Paul. Right, I work here, I play here. I have very close, important relationships with Walmart associates and leadership. They're my friends, and they help me understand and execute what matters most for our clients and what Walmart is prioritizing. These are Walmart sellers. They want them to succeed. For example, I'll give you a quick example. We can accelerate and scale a client selling on say Walmart US marketplace, right? We can accelerate that US marketplace and also scale into Canada, into Mexico, present to China and see if that's a fit. Present to Chile, right? Chile's the most fun market that I've ever seen in my life. They're getting off the plane in Bentonville and they're cheering and singing the Walmart song. But we can do all that without ever leaving the structure of Walmart. It's the most efficient and effective model for brands to scale. I've got a partner in South Africa, and I was talking to the CEO not long ago, and he said just that, right? It just makes sense, and that's where we are. That's what we're focused on. Our capabilities are still the whole, but our hyper focus is on Walmart, what they're prioritizing, and sourcing brands and other needs for Walmart, and we think it's the right model.
Yeah. And biggest company in the world. So why should brands be inspired to learn more and realize a potential partnership with Infinity Blue North America and Walmart? And amongst all of that, what are you most excited about?
Man, there's so much to get excited about right now. You know, today Walmart is operating more than 10,000. I think it's more than 10,500 stores. Sam's Club, they got clubs and plus Walmart stores in over 19 countries. The marketplace, and I think at 20 fiscal year 2023, they employed over 2 million people, 2 million associates worldwide. 1.6 million associates right here in the US, and they're a trusted retailer and marketplace with the best supply chain in the world, right? There's that Arkansas sign again, right? Number one supply chain. Um, we partner with Walmart in the following countries, Paul. We US obviously, right? The home office is here, and um, I read it and study about it and have conversations every day. I dream about it. I'm ingrained in what Walmart is doing globally. We work in the U.S., Canada, Mexico, China, Chile, the UK, Germany, Turkey, which should open, I believe, in the summer of next year, in India. And Walmart has reconfirmed, their support in Turkey and India. But we also know that sourcing uh, product, retail enablement, unique categories and products for Turkey starts now. If they're opening next summer, we have to do it now, right? So the opportunity is huge all over the globe, and it's huge for everyone, right? Not only the tier one, but also emerging brands, mid cap brands. Um, Walmart needs help sourcing these products. They want help sourcing these products. His Really not historically this goes on, but it's happening again with the concentration on Walmart's international marketplace. Walmart partners directly with a lot of tier one brands, right? They're the most well-known brands in the world, and they prioritize these brands first, and they're committed to Walmart globally, right? These brands are committed to supporting because they already know that Walmart has built it and they built it right. We partner with Walmart to help emerging brands and these mid cap CPG brands that are also a great fit, but they need resources to help them scale and navigate that global landscape. And we're always happy to listen and learn more. We can present an analysis that will help identify if your brand is a good fit for Walmart, whether that be the U.S., whether that be globally, and if so, where do you start? Right? We can do all that. We can help navigate that. We can help articulate and simplify that by prioritizing what matters most and doing first, really organizing those priorities and placing them on a timeline, and simply presenting a process and plan that's not only doable, but it makes sense and it's profitable. I think you asked me what I'm most excited about. There's so much, Paul. I'm excited about the realization of borderless commerce, probably first and foremost. International sellers, especially these emerging brands selling on Walmart US. That's pretty cool, right? There's a mass push for that right now. Walmart Mexico is absolutely booming, and they'll continue to earn market share, right? There's a lot of cool things going on in Mexico. Um, like I mentioned, Walmart's recommitted to India. They will launch Turkey next summer, 2024. China is a whole thing. It's just massive, and the opportunity is real for brands to sell to China and do that through Walmart. And like I said earlier, it's not a future opportunity, right? The opportunity is right now. And to me, it's not why would you sell on Walmart? It's why would you not sell on Walmart? And I'm happy to help navigate that, listen and learn about what the brand's trying to accomplish. I'm easy to find, that. Find me on LinkedIn. I'm sure my phone number's on there, my email's on there, and if it's a good fit, great. If not, that's okay too. At least you know.
Charles, it's always exciting to hear you talk about things. Uh, yeah, very exciting, inspiring. Um, I think that's about it for now. I hope that everyone's kind of learned something there about Walmart International, selling globally with Walmart. And as you've gone and identified at the end there, you can obviously help them with that. Link up with Charles on LinkedIn, and fire questions over to him about your brand and what the potential is. Charles, thank you very much.
Paul, it's always a pleasure, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
Cheers. Take care. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.